Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow. Now, we're not too far outside the center of Moscow. We've come today to Avia Park, Russia's largest shopping center. Now, I want to show you around a little bit and just see if there's any kind of changes in the last 6 months since everything kind of happened, I guess, between Russia and some neighboring countries. Just want to see how busy it is and see if some stores have opened or closed. So let's go for a walk around, shall we? So at each escalator here in the shopping center, they've actually got these kind of direction signs, I guess you'd call them. So we're up right here up on level 4, so right up the top. But you'll see these red X's here, which sort of indicate which stores are closed through the shopping center. So there is a few of them that have actually reopened, but they haven't decided to renew the signs. But, you know, there's still a fair few closed, and there's a lot that are generally still open. So this space right in front of me here was originally where the IKEA was. Now, this shopping center is that big that it actually had its own IKEA. It was a 2-level IKEA. They call them IKEA City. So it's not the entire range, but in this shopping center they managed to make it a 2-level one, but obviously it's gone and closed now. But just off to the side here, which was kind of the rest of IKEA, they're going to be opening a Giffel store, which is actually a homeware store, but this will probably be a big Giffel home kind of version. So they've got pots and pans, plates, all that sort of stuff. And they'll have bedding, linens, towels, but what a great thing. They basically come into the space where IKEA was, and I'm sure whoever's going to fill this next space right here will have plenty of room to build out a store as well. Now, literally in the exact same spot, but one level below, and then it goes another level below that, so this is 2 levels. This is Hof, which is essentially Russia's answer to IKEA. Now, these are all over Russia, particularly in major shopping centers and kind of business parks, but you can see just kind of from the entrance over here all of the sofas and beds, and on the lower levels all the kitchenware and things like that. There's bathroom lighting. But this is the answer to IKEA, so there's not really a problem if you can't come to IKEA to come shopping, because Hof is right here. So as I walk around the shopping center, I kind of want to point out a few different things, particularly stores that have opened and closed. Just to give you an idea of the difference from quite a few months ago to now. Of course, Avia Park is the biggest shopping center in Russia, and it's also, according to some, it's the biggest shopping center in Europe, but I keep getting questioned there's one bigger somewhere, but please tell me where that is in Europe, just so I can fact check it a little bit. But let's take a little bit more of a walk around and check out some other stores that are meant to be closed in Russia, but they seem to be open. Now, I pointed this out in a couple of other videos, so if you do watch the channel, you'll probably seen this before, but Simple Wine is essentially a luxury wine store that focuses on premium wine, champagnes, and then things like cognacs, armagnacs, and kind of high-end spirits, let's call it. But how many people have got a wine and spirits store in their shopping center like this? This is a super nice place. They've even got one sort of guard walking around inside, but you can buy the crystal glassware. A very nice store. And as I come down to level 1 here, this is the lower level of Hof that we saw upstairs. It does have a kind of an IKEA feel to it. I know it isn't IKEA at all, and it's definitely kind of a Russian kind of version of it, but it does have that feeling. It's kind of laid out a similar kind of way where you've got to walk a path from entrance to exit, but this is the lower floor, and then you saw a little bit earlier the upper floor. And then Marks and Spencer's is still in Russia. Contrary to the belief that they're meant to have closed or closing down, there doesn't seem to be any rush to do any kind of markdowns and discounts. I mean, 20% off, 30% off would pretty much be a seasonal kind of sale, but I think there's no rush for these guys to close at all. Marks and Spencer right there above the door. And then just in front of Hof here and Marks and Spencer is Baskin and Robbins. They haven't gone anywhere either. They never really have a lot of people at this Baskin and Robbins every time I'm here, but it's definitely still here. This is a little bit of mid-shopping center advertising here. Gap looks like it's got a bit of a sale on. You get 20% off when you buy 2 items, 30% off when you buy 3 items. So Gap's definitely here. What I really wanted to show you is H&M Home is fully open. Again, there's no panic, there's no rush, there's no sale signs. It's just open and trading. Exactly how it was. Just reopen the doors and off you go. There's quite a few people inside actually for this size of store, but H&M Home is still here. And they're just walking down towards the regular H&M. There seems to be no lines outside anymore. There's no rush. There isn't the kind of shoppers crowded on the sofas here like they were before. Pretty much business as usual. And there's a few people inside. All the ladies outside. But H&M is definitely open and trading. And no worries to go in. Not even sale signs anywhere to be seen. And then Polo Ralph Lauren is still open. It's no sales signs, no markdowns, but these guys are definitely trading. Let's take a bit of a swing around here. I just noticed something kind of cool. Has anyone ever seen an ATM machine with all the side panels clear? Check that out. I've never seen that anywhere. So I guess now I know where all the money's kept, in that lower part down there. But how cool is this for an ATM machine? Look at it, it's even water cooled as well. Maybe that's just vodka. Maybe it's vodka cooled, I wonder. But that's pretty neat, isn't it? So just walking around this middle island of the shopping center here, I mean, I think it's just hard to get a grasp of how big this place is. It's right up there to the 4th level where all the food courts are and restaurants. And as we swing around here, we see Adidas switched off their lights, Tommy Hilfiger. And I know how much everybody loves this aquarium. This is where I am, Avia Park, the largest cylindrical aquarium in the whole world. And this goes kind of above, I guess, up to the kind of 5th level, I guess. And that's the gantry here where the guy comes in and swims in the tank now. It's now 4:30 p.m. I was hoping to catch the guy feeding the fish today, but he's not here till 7 p.m. What's going on? He doesn't work during the day, the scuba diver guy, but I know you guys love this aquarium. Everyone's mentioned it in previous videos, so I thought I'd show it one more time. And then in previous videos, I showed this was the Starbucks location here. So now it's Stars Coffee. They're well and truly open. There's people sort of hanging out, having a coffee. They've got cakes and Danishes and sandwiches and everything like that here. But it's reopened and trading, so they're slowly opening all of them one by one. Everyone's kind of interested. The guy there looking at his cup there because it's sort of, you know, different logo and different sign, but there's very little changes to the look of the place apart from the signage, honestly. It's so little of a difference. Now, I really do want to point out Sephora here. So if anyone doesn't know Sephora, it's a perfume, cosmetics, skincare kind of shop. It's actually owned by Louis Vuitton, or LVMH. Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, the largest luxury retailer in the world. Now they've announced that they were leaving Russia now. What's strange about this store is absolutely everything in the store is untouched. It is literally all on the shelves as is. Now it's very hard to make out. There's a lady sitting right there on a chair. And I'm not sure if we'll see, but all the staff are coming to work every day for the last 5 months. And actually you can just see right here. Can we see? I wonder, no. Oh my gosh. There's all of the staff sitting around there just on their phones. I don't know, on YouTube and Google, I'm not sure. But they're all coming to work still and getting paid for the last 5 months. Why have they not closed and left? Very strange that they're still kind of, the stores are untouched. Now to the untrained eye, this store will be very hard to kind of make out what it was, but can anybody recognize it as the Levi's store? Now it's changed names to J&S. And you can see there on the left there, there's like straight, I guess that would have been straight cut. You know, like straight cut, boot cut, and things like that. But this was the Levi's store. And essentially the guy actually inside is even wearing a Levi's t-shirt. But it's the exact same store, reopened just under another shell name. How interesting is that? So as I walk along a little bit further here, you can see the amount of people kind of seem to have picked up a little bit. It depends on which part of the mall that you're walking in. So down at the IKEA end, or what was IKEA, there is kind of all the homeware stores. Then here in the middle is all of these different sort of clothing and shoe stores, jewelry stores and things like that. Now, my friend Konstantin from Inside Russia gave me a very detailed explanation about this place, Rendezvous, and how it's always got people in there because people kind of know the brand so well from many years. They trust the shoes, the quality, and it's always just funny to me that there's so many people in there. I kind of like it. It's just sort of weird, you know, when you walk around and you see the next store empty and then this store is just crowded. Now, we're not going to do a walk inside Auchan in full today. We're going to see maybe a little bit of it, but this is Auchan, which is a very famous, well-known French supermarket chain throughout Russia. Now, this is actually the largest supermarket in all of Russia. It's actually built on 2 levels, so we're actually up on the 2nd level here upstairs. And predominantly all of the stuff upstairs here is non-food items. So imagine a traditional supermarket where you live with another supermarket on top of it. Now, I know that's nearly impossible to think about in your mind, but it's a huge place. You can check out on both levels. They've got this kind of scan method to leave. They've got these control gates, so you've got to scan your receipt to open the gates. Now, I don't think it would be appropriate of me not to come in the largest supermarket in Russia while we're here in Avia Park. Now, this is the upstairs level, which is pretty much all non-food related items. So absolutely anything for your house, electronics, for your garden, for your car, everything. And this is just the upstairs level. It's essentially 2 supermarkets stacked on top of each other, making it the largest supermarket in all of Russia. This is a big place, let me tell you. And check it out, you can get PS5s here. I never even realized they have these in this place, but of course, Auchan has everything but PS5 right there. Now, if anybody's a long-time watcher of the channel, you know we've got a bit of a thing going about microwaves, and we are going to buy a microwave. My wife's almost threatened me to buy one now, but the ones in here aren't particularly good quality ones. They run about $120 or so. Maybe give or take, some are a little bit less, $80, $90, but these are very cheap microwaves, so we really don't want anything like this. We want something a little bit better quality. Yeah, I think no matter how much I walk around this place, it's just hard to get a grasp of how big it is and how spacious it is. This is all of the personal care items up here, so men's and women's sort of personal products, you know, shampoos, deodorants, hair colorings, but there's a ton of stuff just in this personal care section. Yeah, I think the only real way to get a good idea of this is to do a separate standalone video. So yeah, definitely let me know. Would you like to see a full Auchan tour, walk around, have a look at some of the products that are available? Let's see how busy it is in here. This is Friday evening, so plenty of people out and about shopping today. And people do have big baskets. Look at that, that's a normal sized basket. But typically everybody likes these kind of hand basket sizes. That's the usual size that everybody has, but yeah, it's a big place. Look at that, Budweiser right here. Pallet of Budweiser. Didn't all these beer companies leave Russia? And finally we're into grape season. Yes, watermelon season slowly dying off, and the grapes are here now. 89 rubles a kilo, so about $1.20 or so a kilo, $1.30 a kilo. Plenty of grapes. Yeah, I think no matter how many videos you watch of Avia Park or this shopping center, the largest one in Russia, it's near impossible to get an idea of the size of it and kind of just how spacious it is when you walk around. I mean, the whole idea with a lot of the shopping centers in Russia is they build them on multiple levels on a smaller footprint, so you know, you can fit a lot more stores in when you've got it over 4 levels, right? You can see it going right up to the roof here. You can see the amount of sort of traffic of people walking in and out over here. Ahead of us downstairs. And then up here, there isn't a store closed. And then just across the way there, we'll see also Gap Kids. Actually, it's a fairly big store as well. They've got a few sales going on, but again, there doesn't seem to be any rush or panic to close these stores if they've left Russia for real, you know. It's there's not really that kind of rush. You'll see there the Apple store down there. They're going to be launching the new iPhone 14 very soon. So that won't be too far behind the release date worldwide that you'll be able to get it here in Russia. And let's check out the aquarium again, because it's right here as we go up another level and walk around. I'm trying to sort of pick out certain shops to look at and certain sort of things of interest, but everybody's sort of drawn to this aquarium. There is a very famous moray eel in here as well. It's got its own Instagram page, but every time I'm looking for it, it must be swimming on the other side. And if one Stars Coffee wasn't enough, here is their kind of normal location, I guess. That's not kiosked in the middle of the shopping center. There's a standalone Stars Coffee here. So why would you have one when you can have two in the same shopping center? Yeah, I really didn't want to make this video about empty shopping malls. I know I've sort of covered that extensively in other videos, and I know Avia Park really wouldn't ever be empty. You know, it's such a huge shopping center. I mean, even if you walk around now and think that there's probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in the shopping center, I mean, that's busy compared to any traditional single-level shopping center around the world. Now, this is one of the information screens here in the shopping center, so you can find out where everything is. It's kind of a mix of English and Russian, but I was just curious right here, Reebok. Now, we all know that Reebok has left, but we're actually right here. It's now called Sneaker Box. So I wonder if Sneaker Box and Reeboks has anything in common. That's very interesting. I haven't been here for maybe at least a month or more. This is a little bit out of my way to come to this shopping center, so I came here especially today, but you can actually see a Reebok sign right off in the distance at the back of the store. But Sneaker Box and Reeboks, that sounds too familiar, doesn't it? So having walked around the shopping center a fair bit and seen how busy it seems, for every kind of busy part of the shopping center, there's got to be somewhere that's empty, and you know, everything is closed in Russia, but I think the cinemas are kind of one of the things that are really going to suffer with the fact that they're not sending foreign movies to Russia. A lot of the movie houses and producing companies are not sending movies to Russia, so you'll see here how empty. This is a 17-screen cinema in the largest shopping mall in Russia, so you'd think on any night of the week, this is Friday evening now, that there'd be people here somewhere, right? And I can't even count on one hand how many people I've seen. So I think from this level 4 part of the shopping center here, you get a bit of an idea of how big it is, just looking over the railings here and down. But this entire upper level here, especially this right in front of us here, there is Fridays, TGI Fridays, and then there's a Chinese restaurant here, there's a Georgian restaurant, but there's all sit-down restaurants here on this right-hand side of the upper level. And then off in the distance is the huge, huge food courts as well. Yeah, walking along this upper level here, you know, there's still a lot of people around. I mean, it's, even with a few stores closed, I'm literally going to say a few, it's really kind of not what it was 4, 5, 6 months ago, where it just felt emptier everywhere you walked. This upper level here is pretty much all kids stores. Literally all the brands of clothing have a separate standalone shop just for children. That's how big the shopping center is. And then in this shopping center, the Lego store is fully open every day from 10 till 10, and on the weekends 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. The Lego stores are even open till 11 o'clock on the weekends. There's a few people inside, but it is a big store. The Lego shop here in Avia Park is fully open. You can see all the models here. And yeah, fully open. I think from this gantry walkway here, everyone looks like ants kind of walking around. I think it's always fun when you come to this highest level to look. And you can see all the stores. And then this is the ice skating rink just off on the left-hand side here. But it's the amount of people in the store, in the shopping center now, it's especially later on a Friday evening, it's definitely noticeably more busier than it was months ago. Now these are the self-checkouts for Kuzna Tochka. Again, if you're new to the channel and haven't watched other videos, this is where McDonald's used to be. And if you're worried that they're quiet and there's no business, you have to line up to use the self-checkout, and then there's a line over there to pay as well and to pick up your orders. So yeah, Kuzna-Utochka is not struggling. This kind of goes for all the locations that I've been to anyway. They're all busy. People still want to come to this kind of burger, fries, and a drink kind of location in Russia. And it seems that everywhere else is open and trading. Plenty of food on offer. Nobody's going to go hungry in Russia. That's an absolute guarantee. There's another burger place here on the right. And then Burger King definitely hasn't left Russia. They're well and truly open. There's also lines there as well. Now, if you're wondering what we're looking at straight ahead of us here, now, does anybody recognize Krispy Kreme? I wonder how similar it kind of looks. It's now called Donuts and Coffee. You can see here they've still got the same green carts that they use. They've still got the same donuts. They've got the same signage. They've literally not changed anything. They've even got the original glazed donuts right there. Check them out. Still available in Russia. No worries at all. Plenty of stuff here, but Donuts and Coffee used to be Krispy Kreme, but they're still in Russia. So as I continue my walk around here, again, you can see the amount of shoppers in the shopping center. Now, a lot of people question, always in the comments, no one's got any bags in their hand. They're all actors. Where are all the shoppers for real, This is a big shopping center to come to, so as you see a couple of ladies with shopping bags right there. But there's definitely people here shopping and spending money. Now, another brand a lot of people have asked me about over and over is Costa Coffee. And this is the one that's kind of above the Stars Coffee, which you can just see downstairs right here. And barring a little bit of remodeling they're doing to the balconies, where you can see there's black cloths, Costa Coffee is definitely open. Everybody's sort of sitting around, on their phones, on their laptops, enjoying coffee. But Costa Coffee, since 1971 they've been here. Well, I'm sure the brand hasn't been in Russia that long, but it's definitely here at Avia Park. Okay, everybody, so we've come to the end of our walking tour here in Avia Park. I hope you found this interesting. Now, if you have been a follower of the channel, you know that I've been here before. I've made other videos, so maybe you want to look back on the playlist and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Very interesting today. I mean, of course, today is Friday evening, or early evening now. I'm heading back home as people are just streaming in here. It's close to 7 p.m. now, so should have really stuck around to see the fish feeding, but got to get home. Yeah, very interesting. A lot of stores changed names. I found the sneaker box the most interesting, the Reebok sneaker box changeover. We already knew about McDonald's, we knew about Starbucks and all those other things, but just find that interesting that there's just a subtle change in the branding and the stores reopened again. Sanctions or not, shopping is alive and well in Russia. So thanks everybody for watching Traveling with Russell. I hope you've had a good time watching this video. Hope it's not ended up too long. If you've made it to the end, thanks. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you saw in the video. And I'm off on another adventure. Bye, everybody. I guess rain, hail, or shine, people still come shopping. You can see it's getting a little bit darker now, but this is the exit that goes towards the metro station just ahead of us, CSK. And you can see everyone sort of streaming in and out of the shopping center still. It's not short of people in here, that's for sure. This was kind of the walkway that leads you in. You kind of come in on -2 car parking level and you head on upstairs. But yeah, just thought I'd just point that out right at the end. If you've stuck to the very end, thanks for watching, everybody. I know we've got a lot of long-term subscribers of the channel. And if you're new, welcome. Welcome to the Traveling with Russell community. I hope you've had a good time. Thanks, everybody.